Hugo.
Yeah, thank you very much, Trace, for that, it was a throw. Here we are, Team Liquid taking on NiP. Oh, it's day one of the group stage, and I'm so damn happy. Oh, I'm ready for this. Grim taking a little peek in through mid. Liquid, I've been very excited to watch these guys again, right? I've loved watching them since we've had Fallen come on in. It does feel like they've gone from strength to strength, and I think they might be a team to keep an eye on here throughout the duration of IEM Cologne.
Yeah, we've also got Rushley over in the observer desk. It's nice to have him here. Often,
yo boys,
avoiding us he is. Hello, Rush. I think we've got him calling in, but we'll check in later because right now it's NiP on the T side. This is an A fake, by the way. You'll see the bomb is centered outside of Monster. They're yet to peek. They're yet to give NAF any information on this lower site. Meanwhile, trying to fake out with smokes on A. Hampers has got that utility. There are already 2 CTs here. How much of a rotate will Liquid draw just off of utilities? Anyone going to commit? Rez coming up from toilets with the flashbang, and he's looking for picks off the P2.
Yeah, it's nice just in the fact that you've seen all this util, and never mind NAF with that peak there. That's all the info gained for Team Liquid. They know that this was a fake into the B play, but it's not really looking like it's mattering. Instead, NiP are actually taking over both bombs. Oh, never mind. Grim gets them out of A. The A bomb site's closed, mate. Get into B, give that a go. But here, there's 2 players for Team Liquid. Fallen holding this crossfire with Stewie 2K and NiP. Oh, they are starting to get whittled down. Fallen still alive back here at the graffiti side, and him and Grim running it down together. Can they deal with Device, the $1 million man brought to his knees? It's Grim with 4 to open up the pistol for Team Liquid.
My God, those flicks up in bank for Grim, right? Dealing with both A players. The best part about those kills is NiP had just left the B bomb site. They peeled back out of Monster. They wanted to go back up connector and rotate into A after Hamp has taken the A site. And then Grim completely throws that up in the air. Does not let them rotate. They have to recommit back into the B bomb site stack. And Stewie and Grim hold strong. Lovely little round out of Liquid. And of course, remember how that started? That was NAF getting the info Monster, right? He was, delayed to rotate. He didn't fall for the fake on the A site. I love this buy as well. NiP, bomb plant, going right in. Double Galil, AK, and a scalp. So definitely a chance to make some magic happen here. Get some damage off. Steal around. Of course, Team Liquid know the force is coming. They've got rifles of their own. Threat seemed pretty impressed from what he saw from the ninjas so far in terms of keeping calm and composed here on LAN. We've been waiting for this team on LAN. I mean, part of the reason that Hampers was even picked up in the first place to replace Letgo was to, fill that void, get back to LAN CS eventually. It may have taken longer than we expected, longer than we hoped, but here we are nonetheless.
No, that's kind of a nuts thing to think about, right? Because that feels like an eternity ago where Hampus was brought in under the guise of, like, when LAN's back, you'll see the reason we got this guy. And I mean, here we are, LAN is back. We've got this little A crunch in with Hampus already removed. And Rez is gonna face the same fate. These Galils having to try and close the distance. NAF isn't willing to relinquish control of the A bomb site just yet. He might not have a choice in the matter. Linus runs him down, goes on to dink Grim, but can't finish the job. So once more, Grim is looking to uproot this round. It's all left on to Device, and the lineup's in. Double kill, and this time, unlike last, right, where the 1v2 didn't go the way of NiP, Device is able to win it out. And so they tie this game up right away.
Yeah, worth the price, man. What can you say? That's a lovely little round out of Device. And I don't think Liquid were ready for that one. Both lined up. Grim already dinked by the Galil. And that's a freebie for NiP. The Force Buy works wonders. That's why we see it so often in that second round, right off the back of a bomb plant. We have for a long while now. So rebuy back in for Liquid. That's a nice tag for NAF. The nade to follow, but nothing found. And otherwise, from this scout, it's just pistols. Liquid waiting patiently, heavy set towards the B bomb site. NiP again just crawling out mid. They've got a clear connector, but they have essentially this player trapped in position. Alicia's nowhere to go. but up or down. They're taking so long. Plopski's already close.
Yeah, man, look at this. He's just fully surrounded. Elige, yeah, it's a nice little headshot onto Rez, but Device just trades it out right away after the fact. Fallen has retrieved this scout from the short side. Now he sits patiently waiting in the toilets. Just missing that timing onto the players crossing. He's going to go back onto the short side. And I think, you know, it's almost a case where, like, he's been so successful on peak and everything so far. It's starting to look like maybe they're not even coming this way. So he keeps on pushing on. Leads to his demise just a little deep. Stewie, last man remaining here, coming on up from this B bomb site. And with nothing more than a CZ and his wits, he's going to be hard-pressed to get much done here. It looks like NiP might have put an end to any chance of force buy wars and are just looking to get these conversions now.
Yeah, it's quite an early statement, right? Stewie would love a gun and to just run back into the B bomb site, but you can see no one's giving him the satisfaction. Only Device left on the bomb site. Grabs a pistol, Stewie hears it, and he goes to hunt him down. Can he get Device before range is a problem? Ooh, no. 20 health, doesn't matter. Device is out of dodge, and Stewie is saving a CZ. Not a pretty picture, and Liquid are going to have to full eco anyway. So NiP on the board, twofold, and looking for a little bit more before the guns come out. Another impact round from Device as well. No stranger to that, are we?
No, it really is great to see, right? Because that's what you want out of the Device, especially when you're on LAN. You know, you wanted to be coming in, having these big games, having these big performances. Is why you got the guys. So, yeah, no, it's dead on. TL just having to take an eco here. Let this one slip by the wayside, as it were.
Oh no!
No,
It's
yeah.
gonna get hot.
He's got the read, knows what's up. Molly into Con, forces the peek out from Elige. Follows up onto Fallen as well. He's ready for a con stack, is Hampus. Smart guy, knows what's up, knows what an IGL might tend to lead into on these kind of eco rounds on the CT side, funnily enough.
Yeah, and this round now for NiP is about minimizing losses, right? Just play it safe, make sure you're trading those kills if they do come in, clear every corner, molly out every weird angle, and then commit as a unit. So grouped up 5 on this A site, 1 man on long is Device, clearing a lot of ground right now. Stewie with the CZ is really the only man with a chance, but that flash is good, and Grim spamming can't hit the headshot he so desperately desires. Device can't double down. Stewie on the site, but no more than 1, and that's where the round should come to its natural conclusion. NiP looking for the 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, they've got it, haven't they? You know, they're not looking for a 3-1. It's right there. NiP, they win that force buy in the second. They get their conversion. And now they've steamrolled up into the lead. This is where the rifles are going to come back out for Team Liquid. This is where we're hoping they can give us some kind of response. You know, I'm looking at guys like Fallen. I actually think he's not like put up incredible numbers or anything, but for him and in his career, you know, like he's doing just fine within this squad. He's been looking really, really good. Even his rifling, I think, has been a point, you know, a talking point. He's had some great AK clutches. So yeah, man, he's got that orb. He's got the big green gun. Fallen back on LAN in 2021 with Team Liquid. And now donning that AWP, he's got Device to go up against.
Yeah, what a feeling. And the sad story for Fallen is he's going to get completely avoided. NiP are contact playing into B. We got a quick smoke, and then they go no warning, no help. Oh my goodness, Scrim and Stewie both low, get headshots, and that follows up as well. Fully blind with those first 2 B players. It's all on Hampus. Blink and you miss it. That looks so good for NiP. They caught Liquid completely with their pants down, but it's not gone well for them. Hampus has got to recommit to grab that bomb if he wants to do anything about this round.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird that Elige is the guy in heaven and Fallen's the one rapping. Like, these guns almost feel like they're the wrong way around, but this comes because Fallen was peeking mid. And if anything, Fallen's position, it runs a risk of, it should be fine. Knives out. Oh no, Hampus has got the AK out, but Fallen's ready. And he just wrecks him on the swing. I got a little bit worried when they started to walk towards connector. It's like, oh, there is a world where the timings are a bit skewed here, and that bomb's able to put some distance between you and, you know, the two players left alive. But nah, man, Fallen's got the reads. You're not one to doubt this guy. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, great flashbangs, man. I really don't know how Grim and Stewie get out with anything there. That's really what makes the round for Liquid. NiP are hoping to just completely catch them off guard. And, you know, I was a little concerned for Liquid coming into this game. They look comfortable right now. There's something to be said for the fact that NiP have come in through that play-in stage, right? They've already played LAN, Harry. They've played a few games, and so they know what to expect here. You know, remember, it's been 18 months for so many of these players, so many of these teams, since they have played on land. So it's a different feeling. The game, you know, it's smoother in a way. And you got to wonder, Liquid haven't played an official in 5 weeks, certainly haven't played a LAN recently. So, you know, how are they feeling? How are they faring now that they're all together? It might take a map to warm in, right? But this isn't the place, this isn't the time where you can take a map to warm in. You've got to be going from the beginning.
Hey man, one of the things I'm thinking that's cool already is, like, you know, you look at a guy like Grim where he's here with the squad on the LAN, and like he's looking pumped up from it. You know, he is the one guy so far who's kind of been like a reoccurring feature in these rounds for Team Liquid. I mean, what, he 4K'd the pistol, he doubled up in the next. He's had a real nice you know, beginning to this this series, and I hope there's something that, you know, he can keep up outside of the first 4 rounds of play. I don't want to just extrapolate that across everything, but it's promising in the early stages.
Yeah, right. For a team like Liquid, they're desperate to be here. You know, it's been a while.
I mean, also, like, on top of that, I think another reason why they are so, like, desperate, as you say, like, to give these results over, to have something they can be proud of at the end of this event. You know, first LAN in over a year, mate. Like, yeah, that one goes without saying. But on top of that, like, these guys have been, you know, rising up in terms of the results they've given over recently. They won CS Summit, the NARMR. That they placed well in IEM Summer, right, 3rd to 4th there. So that's sick out of there, man. Like, you know, we've had a promising look in Team Liquid so far. I'm sorry, I meant Katowice. Yeah, I said the wrong thing.
It's fine.
Yeah, I could see on your face. I was like, no, hang on.
I didn't want to call you out.
Said the wrong word. But it's fine.
Yeah, no, for sure. They have certainly had recent results. You know, 5 weeks with no officials, I can always get a little nervous when we see teams at that point, right? Because you know that you're not really warmed up. Prac and Scrims, they're very different than the ball game that is the official. And we're back in. Thanks for waiting. Bit of a tech problem on site, but we've got admin sorting it out. 3-2 to NiP. Liquid coming in with a full buy, Fallen on the AWP again, and this time he's armored as well, which is nice. NiP setting heavy towards B. Yeah, they probably feel like they really could have won that round. They feel like, you know, it was stolen away from them, and in a sense, I guess it was. Fast towards short, Hampus doesn't realize right below him is a player. Stewie pushed in through the water, and that's a freebie for Liquid. Great way to start. Now NiP just doubling down.
Oh, Stewie turns for the flash. Timing's a little off. Plopski with the openers, and NAF out of ammo onto the USP. Oh, yeah, man, there was only so much he could hope to do. Bomb now going down. Elige and Fallen in for the retake, and Elige has provided the equalizer there. Fallen now with this orb. Peeking out from heaven. They're not going to give Fallen anything, right? They're not going to take any of these wide angles. He's really got to go to them with that AWP.
Kit dropped in the smoke.
Elige running up the front. Fallen with the flashes. Elige, the point man, dead to Device. Rez still alive over at short. And for Fallen, there's just not enough time to get you back into this one. Don't matter, because he's not getting away. And NiP are giving them a bit of a war cry.
Yeah, I like this as well, right? Obviously, the teams can hear each other when they're both set up here, so definitely worth getting in your opponent's heads, making some screens, making some noise. I'm sure Liquid want to do the same, but it's hard to be screaming and shouting when you're losing rifle rounds. Big pickup there for NiP, just playing the post plant nice and safe. As soon as they get into that 2-on-2 with the bomb down, they shrink away, they disappear, and Liquid would never really give them picks back into that retake. Now they're broke, and they're going to pop middle with a flashbang. Rez is right there, ready as ever. Stewie with a flash getting ready. And here it comes. Oh dear, they've got to be careful because this con crawl's coming as well. There is a bit of noise. NiP are telegraphing this play, so Liquid know they're behind them, but now they really are behind them. NiP running into B have avoided this stack again. They've been doing a great job on these anti-ecos, and this round is no exception.
Yeah. Hampus is always seemingly in the right spot to get these little anti-ecos as well, just to really like drive it home. Yeah, I know where you're stacking. All right, like I'm always the guy going in and holding you down while we plant the bomb on one of the bomb sites. Linus is even holding for this wrap. Look at them, so damn aware. They know what's up. Bomb plant over towards B has been ticking away for a while, and just picking off the pistols, not wanting to give a rifle over. Team Liquid, you know, it was just an eco for these guys. They weren't really expecting to get away with much in this round here. They were more so focused on the buy in the next. But oftentimes, you know, if you're throwing a little bit of money in, you know, you've got some P250s here and there, you are hoping that with these 5-man rushes, maybe you get away with a kill or two.
Yeah, it's just not only are they out of position, but NiP know they're out of position, right? When you're getting held in T-spawn, you know it's kind of out the window in terms of you doing anything. But as you said, they were really waiting for the guns. And here they are, falling back on the AWP. And we've not yet had a T-side AWP here for NiP. They're doing a lot of B crunches, a lot of quick rounds. They're grouping fast. They're not really playing the clock or running fakes so far. So let's see what they do with 5 rifles again.
Yeah, and really, you know, like you look at the contrast there. Well, for NiP, a team that hasn't AWP'd yet is one that you can't quantify. For Team Liquid, they've bought it out a couple of times now, but Fallen hasn't really had a chance to put it to use yet. He's had it in his hands multiple times, but thus far, I don't even think he's got to fire a shot.
Yeah, he got that 1 kill to close the 2v1. Just coming back monster. But yeah, other than that, you know, they have been going very heavy B, and again, coming into the same situation. Elige, this flank is massive. The spam through connector has removed Hampus, and they're not even considering this play. Elige with a freebie, and there's a drop. Device gone. And Elige can just stay alive. He doesn't need to even move or hunt these kills. He knows NiP are trapped, and they know they're trapped. They don't want to commit. Oh, Naf through the wall. Filthy stuff to find Plopski on the escape. And NiP, there is no escaping the danger in this round.
Fallen's even pushed into party, man. Team Liquid have got so much map control here that really this should be unlosable. Nothing can possibly go wrong, as they say. And there's Fallen getting to fire off with this AWP again. He's feeling good about that. All eyes on Linus with 35 seconds left on the clock. Laser light focus right now, and that's going to find him a kill onto Fallen. That is the AWP removed from play. Linus.
Really removed? Where's it gone?
Linus, where's the AWP? What have you done? Linus, here it is. Now it's out. And yeah, man, that's expensive. Elige dead as well. And even though Grim gets the trade, that is a nice little bit of economic damage right at the very end for the NiP squad.
That's huge. Liquid can't buy an AWP. He just threw that only option out of the window, out of the map, Harry. So it's only AKs. I say only, but you know, Fallen would love that AWP. Bit of a cheeky play for Linus there, waging war on the finances. But Liquid do pick up a round, right? That double spam for Naf with the fast flank down connector. It's a nice start. Let's see if they can go on. Molly down mid. NiP are going to have to use a smoke. Sometimes you'll see those double mollies, right? And yeah, Liquid have done that as well into the party. It really hamstrings NiP's control early, but they don't care. They just throw a flash mid and double back to, again, one of these faster B executes. Already running out monster. No fear for NiP.
Oh, 10-pin bowling, mate. And Grim's in with the split. Now Stewie taking up the barrels as well. Oh, the volley's raining over, but the smoke extinguishes it, and Stewie trying to put a stop to this B play. Plopski's maybe given Device the opportunity he needs to attempt this 1v2. He's been teed up by Plopski and Rez. Can Device finish what they started? He's seen the shadow, he's got the kill, and now just has Elige left to find. One of the brightest in NA versus Device, and Elige comes up clutch.
Yeah, it's a really nice try for Device. It got scary as well when Elige throws that smoke on short. It just tells Device where he's coming from. He actually didn't know initially, and Elige still wins the fight. Confident stuff, just pushing back in. But really nice try. That was a 2-on-4 for Device and Plopski to make interesting, both getting, you know, over the barrel. Still Liquid warming back into this game, dealing with a faster B approach. Those have been what have been netting rounds here for NiP, so Liquid putting a stop to it is a good sign going forward. Again, the mollies mid force utility out of NiP. Leech will get tagged on that peak, but oh my goodness, look at Device's pace. He even dodges the orb, runs right through it, made of nothing. Fallen can't escape though. They're already out through the playground and into long. That's a free orb gifted when NiP have pistols.
Yeah, that's probably worst case scenario, right? You've just put an incredibly strong gun into the hands of these pistol players. Oh, that orb throwing forward.
Okay.
Plopski doubling up with his Galil, and this might be the force buy for NiP doing it all unless Elige can pull the rug out from under them. He dies going through the short smoke. Oh no, not only is it looking like a NiP round, it might be a shockingly clean NiP round as well.
Yeah, Stewie hears all of this. He can come up connector, but he's just waiting to see if they drop down into B, if they overcomplicate the round. There is no way NiP are making that mistake. In they go. Stewie with the flank can still make this interesting, but he needs a couple of kills here. Oh my goodness, Linus should never be winning that fight. And
it's
take
flawless.
it with 5 alive. 3 pistols in that round.
Word.
They are armed to the teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why things feel like they spiral out of control so quickly, right? Elige takes that mid peek. He was looking for the info. He runs back, and he believes he's got Fallen covering him. So he's got some kind of levity to go for this mid peek, right? And I think it's the sheer pace, the sheer fact that Devices run out mid and gotten past Fallen's AWP. Well, that was meant to be the failsafe. So already you're in trouble. Fallen goes, I don't want to give them the AWP on an eco. I better go. He runs towards long, and it's like, nah, mate, we're already out here. We already own it. And so suddenly even 2 kills go against you. It just starts spiraling. But here we go. Can they do it back to NiP? That's the big test.
That's a nice flash for NAF, right? You think it's easy, but it's actually, you need a lineup for that one, because throwing it over the monster, there's that train in the way, the track, there's so much cover that, you know, you need a properly perfect flash to actually wipe people at the barrels there. So NAF has that in his toolkit, and Liquid grab a gun. They've already done something in this round, and they've already moved players back towards A. Stewie's running with that M4. NiP are about to explode. This is really well timed for Liquid, and NiP just won an eco. Can Liquid do the same? It doesn't look like it. Stewie's dead. NAF through the smoke with 1, and Fallen's going to try his hand at the same. Lee's just lost in the source, but Fallen does damage, and NAF could capitalize. It's down to a 2-on-2.
I think this is the round for Liquid to try and bail themselves out. This could swap the momentum back. After losing to that force buy, if you win one of your own, and Grim with the wrap has killed Device out in the toilets, Plopski, all eyes on you, 1v2, and cross him from long, 30 HP, and he's just not being given fights. Look at this from Grim, fully backing up, fully conceding this short side, knowing that they'll be looking for a trade. Plopski, he's very confused right about now. He's looking under rocks. He's checking every corner. He can't see these players at the A bomb site, and he's only got 10 seconds left, so that plant's got to come in. He will get it down, but now he's low on HP, and Team Liquid, they've got the 2v1. Plopski, he has hit this timing crossing onto the dumpster. I think he might have been spotted because NAF has just wrapped back round. Oh, man. It is on a knife's edge. Plopski has just about caught every timing so far. Now he's been spotted. They're on the bomb. They don't have a kit, so they've just got to go for the full commit. Plopski temporarily the 1v1, and NAF's able to win it out. That is huge for Team Liquid. I think that round there is the one that might have just recovered this half for them. It felt like after NiP win that force buy, and it just falls apart for Team Liquid in the round before. That was like the momentum change moment, right? That was where NiP were looking to break away in the half, and now it's anybody's half again.
Oh, for sure. It's all up in the air, and that's how we like it. You know, Plopski, that's a hard clutch as well when he realizes that, you know, NAF's fallen back, CT's not giving him the kill, and he also doesn't have a short A or long. Where else can you plant? Truck feels like the only option at that point that's actually safe from every position. And then, well, it's hard to play the post part. You get, you know, pushed into a corner back at the stairs. So nice pressure from Liquid. Just the way that they fall out in that 2v1, they give the entire clock over. They say, just, you know, plant Plopski, and then we'll talk. Then we'll mean business. but not out of the woods yet by any means. NiP is still holding the lead, and they have more money to play with. Again, not AWPing on this T side. They've had options to do so, but they're still fine with the flat rifles. This T side overpass, there's no necessity for an AWP per se. They've been doing a good job of dealing with Fallen in the majority of these gun rounds. That nade again nets some good damage. It's a couple of times now for NAF. It's even dropping the monster smoke to keep NiP out of this B bomb site, but Device, he wants to get in dirty.
Hell yeah, he does. That's what we want out of this guy. Device. Oh, yeah, mate. They're up on the sandbags. He's done well to even escape, right? He could have been double swung at any time. NAF is Mr. Wallbang. Let's just make that clear. This guy's given us some incredible wallbang clips. The Inferno one on the saving T-Apps player. He seems to just be able to spam the walls on Overpass and get guaranteed free damage onto anyone at short.
Yeah, double kill that one round from it. I mean, that's not really fair. Oh, little gap in the toilets. NAF, okay, he's just wallbanged Device a bit.
Yeah, mate, well...
Give him a break.
No, like, it's terrifying how consistent NAF is able to wallbang people.
Yeah, there's a lineup for that. I think it's the Dosha lineup from old Gambit, man. He used to sit back in CT spamming that all the time. So, yeah, that's lovely. Stewie's made some movement happen. He's climbed up above the monster, but that's not where NiP are going. You'll notice on the map they've crawled
he's
up
like
connector.
Really high up.
Yeah, it's a hard move. You got to surf it. You got to get up high, and then you got to stay there and drop in late. But none of this will ever matter. It's really up to Fallen. He's got his merry men by his side, and NiP don't have much time. Yeah,
and especially because Fallen has had some sitters missing. Time to time, it feels like he's been caught out. So let's see if he can hold on to this A site. He's got Grim to help him out, but Grim's dead after one. Fallen railing off for Hampus, and NAF goes on to multi-kill it out. Okay. Team Liquid 6-6. They tie this game up, and most importantly, they break the money of NiP. This is why we say that counter to NiP's 4-spy win with a 4-spy win of your own, mate. That is the thing that's rejuvenated this half for Team Liquid. Now it's put them in this position where they've essentially got what should be a freebie round. Now, you probably went into the last anti-eco thinking that, and it was like, oh.
But that was more of a force, right? You had the
you at least had kills and armor. Yeah.
It was the pistols actually getting the kills mostly, but no, this one's really weak. Oh, and now it's even worse. Big grenade out middle for Leech. Take that, UD. And right now, yeah, NiP are expected to lose in a dominant fashion. NAF had a great previous round too. He is beasting indeed. Oh, land headshots, man. They just feel different. They hit different. Fallen with another long spot. May have seen two there if his minimap helps him out on top of the boxes, but already dropped off. NiP are playing with their food, but right now they look like they're being served for dinner. Hampus on 4, same story with Device, and Linus walking into B should be a freebie for Grim. That is the case. So yeah, this round is as good as done for NiP. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
I mean, this, it was a sick little league shot from Device, don't get me wrong. And while I think the guy's sick, 4 HP in a 1v4 with just an eagle, no armor, and that's going to happen.
And NAF smoke spams.
Yeah, of course he does.
Smoke spams, HEs, flashes. I mean, he's got the whole toolkit out today, Harry. No better time to have it. Liquid in the lead. Okay. Not how this game started, but quite the recovery on the CT side. And you'll see in that bottom left, we've even got a double orb. Stewie has decided to don the big green. And still none for NiP. They don't know what's about to hit them.
Oh, they missed the mid Molotov. Now, there's not going to be a problem this round, luckily enough. Everyone is down towards B for NiP. Stewie is actually peeking over towards the short side with the AWP, and I like that he's gotten out of there, right? If he hangs around, being real, he probably ends up falling at the hands of NiP.
Oh no, they're going quick. They're not waiting around. 1:20 on the clock, and we're popping into B with these fast flashes again. Oh no, Plopski, he's not going to recover that second kill. Rez will trade, but Grim still stands in B with a pistol.
Oh my goodness!
Grim, how has he done them like that?
Grim! That is absolute filth! The pistol whip!
Woo!
This guy, oh, Grimathy on land, right
Yeah.
where we want him.
Never thought it would feel this good.
Look at him, look at this. Oh, I'm gonna cry, I'm getting emotional, man. This is gnarly. Look, Grim.
Entire team's dead.
Look what you've done to NiP. Oh,
One bullet.
It's just something to, it's a sight to behold, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And that was, oh, no, even boost. That was NiP going back to what has been working, right, in these faster B approaches. Not today. Liquid, they are making a statement right now. Elige has no care in the world to push all the way through connector, and he's found Linus as well. 5 on 3, and now NiP, even if Elige doesn't go up that ladder, NiP is scared of it. NiP are considering the backline. That's going to throw fear into the back of your mind and either make you wait or push you further forward faster. Fallen's seen them come out mid. He's still hanging around. You can see how much Liquid are feeling it right now that they're picking up steam. Fallen's got to be careful. Hampus is here. There's cover from NAF. But we know these Deegs can get dastardly.
Oh, yeah, especially with Hampus getting out this far, right? NAF was a little bit late. Fallen is still holding long, mate. It's not long you've got to worry about. Try and tap out another, but Hampus continuing to trade, and Device now with an AWP in hand, but the shot misses, and there it is. Team Liquid, they go on to win out this first half of play. This is a series that you really don't want to miss. The second half coming up after the break.
The team, I think we improved the base individual level of the team. I think Linus is a great individual player. He's obviously very inexperienced, but what we've noticed when we brought him into Young Ninjas was that he was almost like a complete rookie when we brought him in. He almost didn't have any recorded HLTV matches, and just in 6 months he improved a lot. So just
Yep, Lodi. No, it's fine. Oh shit.
Oh, I love those team comm videos, man. And it's great listening to Liquid's comms. I love how clean it all sounds, right? You know, NA teams used to have a bit of a thing for being like very loud, very in the moment, but man, like these guys calm, like it's like they're robots or something. And I think you're gonna need that robotic flair to beat NiP, because they've got that Danish blood in them, they've got Device. This guy is a bit of an android, right? So let's see what's going to happen in this second half of play. If you remember, NiP were in the lead at 6-5 very, very briefly. Then we saw Team Liquid win that force buy and go on to carry that momentum forward to close out the first half 9-6.
Yeah, they're charged up all right. They're creeping through Colm. We've got a double CT setup here. Sneaky stuff. Rez and Hampus with a crossfire. And there was a Molotov to clear this, but I don't know if it's going to be used for connector. They're just contact right now. Grim with a headshot. His pistols are perfect. Hampus can trade only for one. And now Liquid favored with control over connector. They can run up, they can run down, they can go where they want. But wherever they go, NiP will hear it from this position. They start to rotate up, but they might be a little too late.
Yeah, I wonder if they just run through. Yeah, man, this is kind of how like Gambit like to play this A-bomb site. If you give it up, you charge the smokes that go in on this execution. Unfortunately, doesn't work out too great for the NiP guys. They get blindsided. It's just Device over here in Bank. He's in a 1v4. And I said he's a bit of an android, mate. He's going to need to turn on some kind of smart targeting system here if he wants to win this round.
Naf's even cut off the save. He knows Device might try and keep the armor as an AWPer, but he's not going to let him happen for free. Naf down low, Device hunting, and they're coming his way. They're every direction, Fallen with a headshot, and there's no way back for Device. 10-6, Liquid with a good first half, and now a pistol round. This can get out of control very quickly for NiP.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the worrying thing about like a 9-6 scoreline. If you win the pistol, it's like, mate, this is an open field. Like, you know, we're well on our way to tying this up. But if you have it go against you, especially over on this CT side, it can feel really punishing, man.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, getting the T-side bomb plant and forcing Galil's. Like, this is, you know, you're going to buy here for sure to try and, you know, flip it on its head early, but you're up against Liquid who know you're forcing. Look at their investment. Full rifles aside from Stewie.
And, like, if you lose this on the force buy, you know, it's 12-6 before you're buying. So, Rez, dead in con, not the start you want. The pressure is now on more so than ever for NiP. A man down with this force. It's a big risk, but big rewards. And they might never get a chance to reap them.
Yeah, I like that idea for NiP. They nade off the door and then they flash through the door to get Rez into a confight. Actually, both of the Liquid players were behind it, but Rez just couldn't get the shot. They hit around the corner. Elige entering B, and he's taken back water. Plopski now, oh, he jumps in time, but he's on 10 health. And Stewie's running him with a back 10. No escaping. Liquid looking to lock in this anti-eco, or anti-force, and Hampers is just looking for damage. He does take a lead out of the round, but that will really be it by the looks of things for NiP. Liquid get a bomb plant, and they can secure that AK as well. So 11-6, and that dreaded, you know, likely 12-6 first CT buy round is going to be a reality for NiP. Certainly winnable, but you've got to start out the gate. You have to win that first gun round, or it almost feels too good to be true.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't win that first gun round at 12-6, think about what actually happens to you, right? You go 13-6 down, and then you're probably partial buying at best, depending on like what you save, what you bring forward. But, you know, if you're not saving on like 3 players, mate, you are taking a partial buy at 13-6. Probably not winning that, and so suddenly it is a very far gone game. It starts to feel like Team Liquid would just start to run away with it at that point in time.
And that's super impressive, right? Like, again, this game started and it was super competitive out the gate. It was NiP looking like they were in control. They had some really nice T-sided executes and felt like nothing was going wrong ever since that, or up until that eco-deco win for Liquid. So let's see if they can put a bow on it in this round. Quick pause for the Swedish side. Get out of the curve here. Have a chat with Threat. And of course, a lot of moving parts in this NiP roster, right? We talk about Device obviously coming in. That's the big talking point. But you know, even with Linus and you know, coming up from the Young Ninjas and now playing on the big stage, playing against some of the best teams in the world. That's quite a road to, you know, stardom in such a short period of time. And he's actually held his own very well. You know, a player of that caliber coming into a team with Device, that has to feel nice.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, and even back when we had like CTR in the squad, I always used to think like, what would it be like being in that moment, right? Where you're one of these like young, you know, NiP players from the youngsters squad coming up, and you're playing with one of the most tenured players CS has to offer.
Yeah, feels good, man. Got a water walk here for NiP. Maybe a flash through that window. Hampers is setting it up.
Definitely a flash through that window. And Stewie might be blind, but Grim is here. And Grim's like, don't worry, Stu. Get down, Mr. President. And he's opened up with 4. Grim on a tear, bro. This guy, he's been waiting for LAN, hasn't he? Grim is a monster, 23-9, and on for the ace in this anti-eco round.
This is unbelievable. Like, Grim should not be, you know, this lucid on LAN right now. He's in a 5-on-1, but it feels like a 1-on-1. He's running the kill. He's chasing Hampers for the ace.
Yeah, it's wild. And this is where this idea of, like, you know, it's been so long since LAN that, you know, you don't really know how the pressure's going to do to some people. You don't know if it's going to make or break
Especially someone like Grim, who hasn't played LAN with his team.
Right, and so, you know, you look at this right now. Look at the guys he's with. These guys are...
Ace.
There it is, all 5, baby. Grimothy. I was going to say, look at the guys he's with, bro. These are faces of LAN in NA and Brazil, you know, and he's here. He's the guy we're talking about right now. It feels like LAN's pumping him up more than ever.
Yeah, all the more reason to perform, right, with your team like this. Want to make a statement, want to make an impression, and this is one way to do exactly that. 12-6, though, right? We've just been dealing with the anti-ecos ever since Liquid took the pistol of this T-half. Now it's your time to shine. This is Device on the AWP. He didn't opt to get it out in that T side. So he's got to show us everything right here and right now. NiP don't have the room to breathe. So it's now or it's never for NiP. Got to be scared of connector if you're Liquid. Lots of flash plays already in this half for NiP. Lining up some wall bangs, very close, but not going to cut it. Liquid do get control of water, and they're going to pop some B flashes as well. Stewie's running in with a Mac 10. Lovely little flashes, blind the barrel player. Linus looks down, but he will avoid the shots for now. Stewie might have to get a reload in here. Down to A. Grim's the first to fall. Stewie jumping over the top, though, and he will be traded, but Plopski's got to get a multi-kill. Elite will not let that happen. Now B has been lost. Hampus back from Graffiti, putting down damage through the fire, and Liquid, this round's up in the air for now.
Yeah, you've lost two of your heavy hitters, right? You've lost Grim and you've lost Naf. These guys have often been the difference makers in moments like this. And now we look at Fallen, and I was going to say Elige, but we're only looking at Fallen now, and he's dead to Hampus back at Graffiti. Great rotations out of NiP to actually pull that round off in the first place, right? The entries come in out of Stewie. Plopski dies after his double. And it's Hampus set up fast at Graffiti, that AWP up in heaven, that tears that round away in the very end.
Yeah, the first shot from Device is a miss. I'm getting a little worried, but immediately corrects himself and doesn't let Liquid get a bomb plant or get too comfortable inside of B. And now if you're NiP, you're telling yourself, okay, this is it, boys. This is what we've been waiting for. You know, we've had to deal with some of the BS for now, but we've got all the money in the world. And as long as we, you know, keep building, keep winning clean rounds, we're going to be able to pull this game back. At least that's what you've always got to be believing, right? 12-7. And the nade set up towards Monster. No one's going to get punished for that. Plopski's safe on Pillar. Liquid could boost even if they wanted to, but it feels a bit obvious after throwing double nades, so they hold off. They go back to Monster. Meanwhile, Elige is faking out mid. He's throwing all of his grenades to keep attention here. Rez is in the long toilets and Devices AWPing short side. So Elige knows likely with the AWP on the A site, he doesn't want to give a freebie away. This feels very, very predictable right now to be this B play. NiP seem to know they've got a stack down here. They've still got that long info from Rez, and Elige just flashed it. If you clear something after it's been flashed, you know it's a fake. So this is as clear as day for NiP where this one's going. Hampus is moving up, though. They've got so much info, so much real estate on A, and there's only 2 players on this B site.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a weird one. I don't know.
Back.
Yeah, he is coming back, but is it going to be in time? Linus dead after one.
Okay.
Plopski back at the barrel. He is torn rounds away from this exact position, and it's another double out of him. There's the rotation from Device, and that leaves Fallen in the 1v2 again. He's got to beat this AWP in heaven, and then he's got to figure out where Rez is. They don't know. They've never seen this second player. Fallen worried about the short peek, fakes out the plant, but Rez just domes him on the walk. And there's another round on the board for NiP.
Yeah.
They're getting happy about this. They're getting hyped. 8-12, still anyone's game for Liquid and Liquid fans. You maybe start to get a little bit worried as this scoreline's getting closer.
No.
I tell you what, though, this is still a really good-looking Liquid. And for a region like NA, who have had their fair share of, you know, kind of sadness leading into the group stages, right? Obviously, with Bad News Bears not making it here, EG as well, you know, falling short just yesterday to Mouse Sports. You're really hoping that something can appear for NA, and maybe it is this Liquid squad.
Yeah, right, they're holding it, but, you know, if there's one thing we know with Liquid is the end of the games can be the hardest part. They still got quite the buffer at least, but you know NiP are believing more than anyone. You just heard the screaming, the yelling. I think he was coming from Device, some of it, in that post round. It's not his first rodeo. It's not his first comeback. And now he's starting to feel it with the AWP killing, you know, B players on these rotates in back-to-back rounds. Has left Liquid broken finally on pistols. Molly down in middle. They're not even going to smoke it. They smoke the short pipe though and go fast towards water. Again, loads of info on A. Look at Rez up in party. Device is already starting to fall back to rotate towards his B bomb site. It's the right call to make. Liquid are going soon.
Oh man, the flash is brutal, and yeah, they know Linus is blind. Grim again with the double entries. The Tech 9, the drive-by from Grim. Hampus once more trying to be a nuisance from back here in Graffiti. And now they've got to go back into the site to get this bomb planted. It's Fallen and Grim, but if there's any guy for the job, it's Grim, who's on for another ace. Fallen will deal with the last player, but still, Grim is doing it all right now for Team Liquid. He can seemingly win them any damn round he pleases. The Tech-9 double entry drive-by into the M4 double kill, just swinging back and forth.
My Tech-9 doesn't work like that, Harry.
Oh, it's unprecedented, isn't it? Look at this. Fights a graffiti, goes back, so ready for the monster peak. And while this is happening, Fallen's like, well, I better give him a bit of a helping hand, right? We can't lose this round now. Not after Grim's done that to him.
Oh, those are two massive eco wins for Liquid that have really made this game. Like, if you had to pick two rounds that are going to have the most impact, it's the one on the CT side with Deagles, and it's that one right there. We don't know the consequences. We don't know the result of winning that round just yet, but they're going to become so apparent and so quickly. NiP don't have that money. It's coming down, NiP have lost their B players in back-to-back rounds. It's come down to 2v2s. It's come down to device retaking, which is fine, but it's costly. And that cost has finally been fully dropped here for NiP. They've spent everything. Rifle on device, Deagles elsewhere. Liquid have carved a path to close this game before it gets hard.
Oh, I see Mr. Wallbang over here spamming the short side, and I'm instantly nervous. This is grimy out of Team Liquid.
This is grimmy.
Yeah, they're just waiting. They know the pressure is on NiP. They know that if anyone was going to be force buying down, throwing caution to the wind, it's the NiP squad. And so look at Nafly. This is a grimy little man in a grimy little spot back here in T-spawn, just waiting for aggro. Now, the only downside to this is you do give up Monster, you do give up Short. Yeah. So there is still info available to NiP, and they've actually been pretty restrained in where they kind of decide to pull the brakes here on the aggro at B. They've got short control, and that allows for a heavy stack up in this A bomb site.
This is a really good call for NiP, right? Like, they realize they're about to push deep, and then they realize that, hey, if Liquid are defaulting, they're holding this, they're going to have all that info. If they are defaulting with one man in T-spawn, it's certainly going to be an A play. So let's just go gamble. Let's just go get there before Liquid do. They don't know how much info we have. And so, yeah, Plopski has the fallback on B short. He can deal with connector, but everyone else is here. 30 seconds. Liquid don't know what they're walking into. Device needs to do everything with the rifle. He's hiding in the smoke. They've gone past him, shooting with a headshot, but it does. Oh, it's Grim stealing the kills, rather. Both entries for Grim. Device with a backstab now can win the round single-handedly. Can he stop the path? There it is. Device with a double. Oh, the spray is not there, though, and he can't take the second kill. Suddenly all on Plopski, and there's nothing he can say or do. 3 for Grim, man. 33 kills on this guy. This game's not even over.
It is unreal, isn't it? It feels like every single site take, if we're looking at anyone to rack up numbers, Grim is the guy, the Grim Reaper. Oh, he's got his scythe out, man, and when he comes knocking on your bomb site, shivers go down your spine. It's a horrible, horrible guy to run into right now. 14-8, and NiP on their map pick. Well, maybe they're having to come to terms with the idea of going 0-1 down to begin this series.
That is terrifying as well, right? Especially with Dust 2 coming up next. Liquid are looking fiery. They're looking ferocious right now. My goodness. And here's another broken buy for NiP. It's all they could really afford. At this point, you're already thinking about that second map in the back of your mind. The Eagles again. Oof. It's more realistic than trying to play for OT at 15-8, but it's not going to leave you with many options. And look at the speed, man.
Oh, yeah. The Doug speed, man, over here, man. Method acting from Nafly. He's just lighting them up in the sight. Still, he does get deeked out by Linus. Naf's also getting a little roasted and toasted. And does get spammed out as well. They try to go for the AK. Linus, they've seen the gun disappear. It's made Elige get nervous, but still the kill comes in for Linus. He's going to get out from short, keeps the advantage. He almost went back in for more, and then he has that little voice in his head saying, look, we're 3-on-2. This is winnable. I don't need to give this kill away. As a Team Liquid grouping back up, it's Grim and Fallen again. These guys won that last 2v5, if you remember.
Yeah.
This time a 2-on-3. They've crept out through Monster, but here's a swing from Barrels that might blindside them. They don't know about Rez yet. He's taken a couple of jiggles, and he takes the head off of Grim, and then follows up with Linus onto Fallen as well. The 4-spy found for NiP, and it just might have saved their bacon on this occasion.
Yeah, that's why you're doubling down with the forces, right? Doing them back-to-back rounds. And even with those fast entries from Liquid, it's nice to see NiP able to close a round like that, keeping this game going. It would pretty much be GG if you lose that one. But Linus doesn't let it happen. Him and Rez hold strong in the B-bomb site. And that's a must-win round for NiP. Can't win them all.
Yeah, I mean, being real life for Liquid, that feels rough as well. Like, that was your chance to just lock in what should be an easy path to a victory. Now, you know, you still have a big old buffer between you and NiP, but there is that worry in the back of your mind that says, well, we have had problems closing out games. This is where someone like Fallen becomes very, very important, right? He can try to help maybe calm the nerves. Obviously, you know, we've got Stewie as well, who's going to be pretty well equipped to do that. But you start to get a little more panicky. 15 rounds feels very, very different to 14. There's still a chance of a comeback in regulation at this point. And with Device on his AWP, as mentioned in that first half, never saw one for the NiP squad. Now CT side, he's donning it in all his glory.
He's gone back to long. He's going to be able to escape as well. Fallen's not peeking this angle just yet, so Device posts up for a kill. There's surely no way he can die in this position. Even if they flash him, he'll take a shot and disappear. But even he doesn't want to hang around forever, right? You know the timing of that toilet walk. You know without Rez actually covering anything, he's just holding it close short. They can walk up on you from long side, so Device falls out. Fallen's looking for picks. He's shown that AWP on A. Now he's going to try and move it around, go back to long perhaps. But he's already too late to this position. Device is out. Look at the dirty double setup of Rez and Device as well. That's not going to be fun to get through. 3 players on the A site. The read is there for NiP. And Liquid look like they're committing.
Device going to be this first point of contact, playing aggro in toilets. It's also the makings of a bait and switch here, where Device makes first contact. Oh, second contact. Oh, third! Device on for the ace. He opened the round up with 1, and then has torn this A player apart. Device is chasing it down. The mind of a hunter. Look at this. Fallen. You've got to be ready, because out here in mid, you've met your match. You've met your maker. It's Device with an ace to put that round on the board for NiP.
Okay, now they're feeling it. Now they're waking up. NiP back in with a vengeance. We've had so many clips today, Harry, and we were only in the first
And it's the first map. I'm freaking out.
Aces, 4Ks, Grim going crazy. Device now on the AWP. What's not to love about this matchup? Double digits for NiP. Suddenly, Liquid fans sweating a little bit. 14-10. And a full eco before we go anywhere. Ooh, Device got to be careful. They're running him down. They've got nothing to lose but blocks in this round. And Device is going to meet them in the middle with his pistol, killing 2 in connector and just disappearing.
Yeah, he's like a ghost.
Guys.
He's like a ghoul. He's out of there, but still hanging around till he's done his job. Still holding for this con swing. Device 3 in the round.
Another ace, perhaps.
Yeah, it
Back
could
to
happen.
back.
I hope it
Land
don't.
Aces.
Come on, Device. Come on, Device. That shot misses. Now they're getting closer.
No.
Missed again, and Plopski's going to steal it away, saving Device's life just now. And he's finished off as well. NiP in with another, and it's another multi-kill round from the $1 Million Man.
For a second, you know his team are waiting and going, okay, he can have the glory, he can have the ace, but if he misses a shot, that's when I'm coming in to save you. Now, Hampus isn't fast flanking. He's just letting Device go for his AWP. But yeah, nonetheless, you know, at this point in the game, you're just looking to not lose your AWP to Glocks. So 3 kills will do, and the cleanup is there for NiP. Fully go for Liquid, though, so nothing to worry about in that round. But They've really got to put their money where their mouth is. Had a lot of yelling in this game from both sides.
Oh, they're doing the
no
boost, but
way.
Device is holding for it. Oh, it's just missed. It's just missed. That's fine, you know. It's all well and good. It would have been sick to have seen him find it. But still, not dying to the boost is arguably just as important.
The awareness, though.
Yeah, right. The fact that that's something he was cognizant of. Spooky. It's scary indeed, man. Like, we've been getting an incredible game out of Grim. But now if we've got Device elevating his level on the NiP side, it really makes this like a clash of titans. A battle of generations, almost.
Still heavy set B on NiP. It's more of a standard start here. Rez is committed at long, and so Device, it's important that he's trying to make contact here. He's got a lot to watch as the one man on A, and so Hampus is going to rotate to help out. 40 seconds, Liquid have nothing but this mid control, so you may as well commit at this point. Ooh. Flash going over, they start to move up. Device with the spot, he's seen a lot of bodies here. He knows what's coming his way, doesn't want to go too wide just yet, but they're getting close. They're already climbing up. Device with one. Hampus helps out, and now he'll finally fall on the truck. Device has got to give a lot of room to Liquid, but as long as he can take down another player with him, this could be a winnable round. Rez has picked Grim from the long side. Device with a pistol now, no fear and no need to have it. NiP find a 12th. The retake on the A site, and they are hyped up. They are feeling
Listen
it.
to this, man. Stewie2K said in an interview earlier on today that he was looking forward to the screaming and shouting of being back at LAN. Well, they're getting it and they're giving it right now. 12-14. NiP starting to make their way back into this in the closing segments of the game. From Device, we've had 10 kills spread across the last 3 rounds out of him. An ace in there for good measure. He is coming alive and he's keeping NiP afloat here on their map pick of Overpass.
Is there anyone or anything that can stop him, Harry?
It's going to take Grim. It's going to take Grim to have it. It's got to be, right? That would have to be it. Maybe you could get Fallen to try and cancel Device out with the AWP, but thus far, they have not matched up well. Device has oftentimes won that out in the head-to-head.
Yeah, for sure. Right, T-side AWPing a lot harder to get things going, especially, this is like one of the best CT AWP maps in the game, right? Just the ability to do so many double setups. We're seeing Device do that time after time with Rez on long and in the toilets as well. Rotates are nice and quick through CT, especially if you're dropping down and going into heaven. The amount of rounds that Device won early in the half in those 2v2 retakes on B. Things like that. So nothing's going wrong right now for NiP.
Look at that B stream update. Mouse Sports 12-9 over Gambit right now.
That's cool, right? Obviously a very LAN experienced team versus, the youngsters. And we're wondering how the mental game takes apart, how fear can affect results. And if there is even any room for fear for Gambit, well, there's a lot of answers on the B stream. But right now, how could you cut away? How could you look at anything else?
Yeah, right. I mean, both games are bangers, but hell, dude, I know I'm where I want to be. Out towards the short side for Team Liquid. Is it another one of these B plays? They served them well earlier on in this second half.
4 here.
NiP have got the read once again. Elige with this hero AK. Show us why they trusted you with the AK, Elige. Give us something. Give Liquid anything to hold on to. Instead, that rifle is stripped from the ranks of Team Liquid. Stewie's up on the boost, but isn't given an angle or a fight just yet. There it is. Hampus on the barrels. Caught. And now Plopski toying with the idea of re-aggressing it short. He will decide against it and just bide his time for now. You've got Stewie going back towards the A site, throwing over a bit of utility just to keep these bodies here. And now Liquid recommit into B, but the bomb is dropped by Linus. So they know it's the B play, but Fallen and Stewie's Deagles come in with 3 kills. Suddenly, it's Stewie2K versus Device. He's on this rotation. He's already out through CT. Will Stewie be ready for the wide swing? The answer is no. Device, once more, keeps it moving forward for NiP.
You could always rely on him, right? Great geeks out of Fallen and Stewie to even make that 2v4 look interesting, but Device closing the one-on-one, no question about it with some of these rounds that he's been having. So decisive, just walks right into the bomb site as well. He knows time is everything, right? As soon as he's there, the less Dewey expects it. Easy stuff. NiP making the comeback happen, making this magic a reality. This was 12-6, Harry.
Yeah, you remember all the way back when it was like 49 and we were saying, well, this is where maybe it gets a little bit worrying, but you're not worried yet. Well, now like the alarm bells are,
Yeah.
it's real bad. It's real bad.
It's been 4 rounds since Grim's had a kill as
You're
well.
freaking out a bit. Yeah, even the guy who helped get you here is struggling to find success against this NiP squad. This is where ideally you would look for some other hero to emerge, and it might be Fallen finally besting Device in that head-to-head to open this round up. That is a huge kill. Device has been instrumental to why this comeback is where it is right now.
Yeah.
With him removed, can the rest of NiP keep this in check?
Yeah, he's been mental all right. Nice nade for Hampus. He heard the dink onto a leech. Didn't get out of position in time. That's one way to equalize. 4-on-4 now. Grim coming up connector. And this is so much more comfortable for Liquid. When you know now that Device is dead and that AWP isn't retrieved, like coming up con just feels safe. You don't have to worry about that AWP and divider, anyone punishing you there. So Liquid have, been tempted into this A site. The big question is Rez. Last time this happened and Liquid walked into a AAA setup, they never checked long, and Rez got freebies from this spot. Does it get considered, especially with A being this open? Liquid have to, keep it in the back of their mind.
No, man, the fact that you haven't met any resistance taking A, you're already thinking, surely Long might harbor some fugitives. Rez, doesn't matter, still gets away with that kill. This can't afford to be deja vu. This needs to be a victory for Team Liquid if they still want to get this over the line. The numbers are starting to turn against them in a very big way. It's Hampus spearheading the retake with a third, leaving it all on Fallen and his AWP. He opened the roundup with that kill onto Device, but asking him to clutch this might be a little too much. And the defuse is stuck. NiP tie this game up again at 14-14.
I mean, it's a big save. You can't ask Fallen to really win that round. Once all his team die and once a smoke lands on the bomb, I think your chance is out the window. He takes one and he keeps his AWP. He's got money to drop 2, but this is it, Harry. This is NiP coming alive right at the end of the map. 14-14. This felt over. This felt done. We know Liquid have problems closing, but I didn't think New Era Fallen back on LAN, looking dominant with Grim be the game that Liquid balls up. It's not done yet, though.
Yeah, I mean, talk about fighting fire with fire, right? Liquid were here on the back of individuals. They were here on the back of the prowess of guys like Grim. And so NiP almost say, look, we're going to try and beat them at their own game. We're going to get our big guy all fired up. And here he is. He might not have got to play that last round out, but he's got a fighting chance once again. Fallen. The counter to Device. Oh, Rez blinded though. Oh, you cut the head off the beast, and another one grows back. It's Fallen with a trade once more. Into the A site they go, barreling through the offensive smokes as Hampus, and he's in with another. It's down to the 2-on-2. Plopski's out of the truck, but the bomb is getting stuck, and he can't have any say in that. Team Liquid allowed to fall back and play this post plant. A 2v2 to decide who reaches map point first.
Yes, we got out of the site. Look, they think he's still sight. They think he's long right now, so this is actually working to Liquid's advantage. Time is ticking down, but he crept out back into the toilet for the first contact. Oh, he shoots Linus as the smoke blooms, and Plopski goes above it all. Can he win the round, though? He's got to stick the bomb. He's got the kit.
Oh, no!
He still wins the round.
Oh, head in your hands for Stewie 2K. They had that round. Linus just sticks it. And to do that at LAN with the legends on your team watching over you up against the legends from North America on the other side, and you just stick the defuse. Oh, absolute scenes. NiP are the team to reach 15 first.
What a play from Plopski as well. I mean, he got on the last possible second as well. Right, he's on top of the site. He's looking for kills. They're not giving him anything. And then they're sticking the smoke. Oh, my God.
Bruh, that's
How is that how the cookie crumbles for Liquid? It felt like
unreal.
they'd finally done what they needed to. Fallen back-to-back
2v2
rounds.
down to the 2v1 and
Fallen back-to-back rounds, picking Device in middle. Device had an excellent game, especially on the CT side. Ever since he's had the orb, he's been closing round after round after round for NiP. And then right when it matters most, you think it's finally going to fall in Liquid's favor. No, not today. Round 30, still fighting for OT. Bomb plant money is good. There's no question about economy in this point in the match.
I can't even begin to imagine the tier of emotions NiP went through there, right? From Linus dying on that peak in the 2v2 to Plopski just getting on the bomb. You're not expecting to win that, and then you do, and suddenly it's relief, it's elevation. You're now the guys who could close this out in regulation. The big question now, where is this Grim from earlier on in the game? We need a hero, and I wanted it to be someone else. I didn't want this to all have to be falling on Grim's shoulders, but that's what it's starting to feel like now, and he's brought down low to begin round 30.
Yeah, Grim's last kill was at 14-8. It's now 14-15. In through B, Linus with the first shot. He's going to get traded. Plopski flash back in though. Oh, now fully blinded, hits the kill, and now he has to commit. Now Liquid have to throw everything they have at this B bomb site, and there's still players inside. Device with another. Hampers at the back of the water, and somehow NiP are holding on. We need a hero here. Might have to be Fallen.
Oh, well, there's the first out of Fallen. Another 2v2, but look at the HP. Look at the numbers. Fallen in the site is getting pressured, and once again, he beats Device. Now, just Rez. Team Liquid, can they pull it back to an overtime? Or will Rez be caught out in the open? It is overtime. We're running it back. First game of the day, first map of the day, and we're heading off to overtime. You do not want to miss this. It's on the back of some phenomenal rounds out of Device and Hampus. Who could forget that little defuse stick in the smoke from Plopski as well to find 15. And just so many crucial moments and players.
And to jump on the Grim thing as well before the action starts, like, you know, he's had an incredible game. 14-8, he 3Ks to get Liquid up to 14, and then NiP wins 7 rounds in a row. In those 7 rounds, Grim doesn't get a single kill, but finally Liquid don't need him in round 30. They're able to close it out, Fallen with some impeccable AWPing on this T side, taking down Device 3 rounds in a row. And here we go.
Yeah, out towards the long side. Double AWP here for NiP. Quite the contrast to their T side where they don't don them at all. Here, they're picking up double. They're seeing it twos, and Elige baiting out the shot along. There's that first kill found, but there's more where that came from. Waiting back in the site is Device with his AWP. The fact that both of them over here towards A could come as a bit of a surprise to Team Liquid. Oftentimes you deal with one of those AWPs, you feel like you've got a bit of breathing room. That's not really the case here, with Device waiting in the wings to help out Hampus. These are the 2 big boys for NiP right now. These are the guys topping the server for NiP, and so they're both here waiting to hold on to this A bomb site. The kills are traded, Hampus is swept aside, and so Device having to hold on. The molly's displacing him, it's forcing him back into bank, but the lineup on Plopski has torn the round away from Liquid, and he goes on to take it one step further. 3 in the round out of the Plop, and this guy wins them the first in OT.
Phew, that's a sigh of relief, right? That's, you know, wipe some sweat off your brow. Device taking it down, Fallen as well in that madness. And Liquid back to the drawing board. Max money here in OT. It's first to 19. Economy is going to be no problem here for Liquid in rebuying onto the T side. Fallen again, looking back for that head-to-head. Device has now broken the 30 kill barrier. Elige, funnily enough, at least in the numbers, is the quietest player in the server. Very rare to see. A slow start to the first map on land, but as said, it's been 5 weeks since Liquid have played an official. They're still warming back in. If this is them on day one, who knows what we could see if they continue on in this tournament.
Especially because that's been a bit of a trend for Liquid, right? It's like improvements throughout a tournament as the confidence is building, as everyone's kind of, you know, riding that wave of success. It feels like things only get better. So yeah, that is an exciting prospect, right? Right now, this is a game that Liquid were just hoping to have put to bed many a moon ago. Oh, lovely out of Fallen. Man, okay, talk about like flipping the script. Device was beating him in head-to-heads constantly. And then we hit that point where Grim goes quiet. We need someone to beat Device, and Fallen goes, look, I can be that man. I can be Device's kryptonite. Res up close, but it's Elige flying high to Superman to save this round for Team Liquid. Plants found. And NiP, 2v4, lots of money. It's overtime. You may as well give it a go. So maybe they could still put Liquid through their paces.
Yeah, the only reason you wouldn't is just to save the AKs. But at this point in the game, you're feeling it if you're NiP. You have full faith you can win a round like this. So at least poke your head in and see what comes out. Player on the truck, Plopski gonna get close orbed by Fallen. Needs to be very fast here, but he might not ever be needed. Plopski dead after he takes down NAF on the truck, and Linus, oh, he can't get through that smoke. It's Fallen smoking them. And Liquid going back to the A site with a 1 round. 3 for Fallen. And yeah, you really do talk about his orbing recovery has been more apparent than anything.
The thing that's so mental is like it's almost been like a light switch in like terms of how fast this has happened. Like it went from never really having to worry about Fallen all that much to now he is so oppressive. Everywhere you go, this orb is doing damage, creating space, and making you have to be a little worried, honestly, if you're NiP.
And Elige getting a double entry is huge as well, just for the confidence, just for the mental, because, you know, he has been quiet, and Grim, you know, you can never harp on Grim for not keeping up 33 kills consistently further, but, you know, we need players to step up. Stewie's dead, and it's through the monster that NAF will have to trade. This is weird, this is awkward, and the flashes are flying in. Liquid are so blinded in this B bomb site, they're going to leave, they're going to walk back out.
Yeah, you don't like to have to say it, but in this situation, I think the best thing is just to try and cut your losses if you're Team Liquid, right? You know now that there's rotations into this B site, and NiP know what your intentions were here. It wasn't really much of a secret. They spotted you from Con, they saw the utility going into B, and so they've padded this site out healthily. Team Liquid are just going to have to look for their answers elsewhere for the time being.
Yeah, just regaining map control, right? Making sure that you can be convinced that NiP aren't fully stacked on B. They certainly had numbers there earlier, but, you know, as things start to get quiet, you know what those rotates are like. You know how much this means to everyone. People are going to do whatever they can to bleed kills out of this round. And so Liquid clear connector, but really it looks like they're going back down to B to finish. It's a 2-2 setup. It doesn't really matter where you end, and both your rounds so far have been on A, so this is a fine change for Liquid. Just recommitting later. 20 seconds, though, can't afford to be too late.
Man, talk about leaving it to the wire. In they go with that one smoke to try and cut off the monster player. Hampus is just being a nuisance, and with kills coming in, the round's looking like it might just slip away from Team Liquid. NiP, well played in that one there. They just hold their own down towards the B bomb site. They don't feel pressured by the fact that the whole map's gone silent again. They split their forces 2-2, and they play it out to perfection. Team Liquid taking it slow, comes back to hurt them. They just don't have the time. And so with these kills, you know, not coming in, it's because you're having to run into the site. You're having to rush a bomb plant. You're the ones feeling the pressure with so little time left on the clock.
I love watching Plopski get hype, man. This team is so exciting when they're feeling it. NiP The full 14-8 comeback into OT and now up in the lead. Can they close? Fallen doesn't want to let that happen. He's taking names. Rez gone out of mid, and out he goes. Stewie's second AWP even strikes, and Hampus has been taken out as well. So Liquid, what a beautiful way to begin their CT side.
It's mental. It's like we're watching in real time players getting activated one at a time on either side, right? Fallen more and more confident as this game's gone on. Now he's even throwing these cheeky mid picks your way. Still, he's also got that secondary AWP out for Team Liquid.
Ooh.
Okay, don't want to give Device too many more of them. We've seen what he's been able to get away with when Liquid are a little too loose. Now the flash is up through short. Elige still on Dice, has this smoke, he goes up, he goes over, and he locks in that round. Team Liquid, they tie us up once more, 17 all. 19 is the magic number we're looking for. 18-18, and we run it all back again.
Yeah, lovely little double AWP setup, right? We saw it once for NiP, didn't really have anywhere near the same results. 2 opening kills, and then just simple enough to close if you're Liquid. It's been over 10 rounds now since Grim's had a kill, but the fact that Liquid is still in this, despite him being the guy getting them there in the first place, is super impressive. You can, laugh about how Liquid struggle to close, but they are still in this matchup at the end of the day. It's anyone's. Fast out through connector. Hampus with the left side smoke is going to take water, and it looks like NiP want one of these fast Bs that worked so well in regulation. Oh, out they go. Grim's so blinded. How can he do anything here? Pistol's out, but too late as the entry comes in. Flash is blind, both sides. Stewie with the AWP. Combat shot takes 2, but AWP right back for Device has kept NiP in the favor. Elige's going to try and stop, or at least delay the plant. It's Fallen smoked up now, but he's not waiting around. Dropped in the flashbang out of heaven, and he sends him to hell.
Yes, Fallen, yes, let the hate flow through you. He's here with Elige fighting side by side, and Elige doubles up as well. Team Liquid up onto map point. Oh, it's all come full circle. Now it's Liquid up in the lead. They're the ones with a chance to close. It was NiP with that chance in regulation, right? And they weren't able to do it. We had that big round from Fallen to make overtime happen, and this time it's Fallen and Elige to lock in that map point score.
Elige in OT has been unbelievable, right? Like he was the bottom performer of this entire server coming into OT. He has stepped up massively. He's been having 2Ks left and right. This guy has been keeping Liquid in this series.
I mean, Liquid aren't happy with how this has gone in a sense, but I'm happy because it means it wasn't just the Grim show to make this happen. We have had everyone start to recover and really find themselves in the later stages of this map. This is it, NiP. Do or die, right? Was the comeback all for nothing on your map pick? Is it still going to go to Liquid, or do we run it back again?
Yeah, Fallen's all people right now. Device is still out of the choke, but Elige gets Molotov'd, and Fallen with a fast shot takes down Device while his attention is diverted. Up long go NiP. There's no info right now for Liquid. We got that deep smoke to deny a spot, but as a result, Fallen's going to be a little scared of the toilets. He needs to back up ASAP right now. He knows that they're pushing in. He's got a bit more cover now as he CT's reaggress. Naf set up with Fallen. This is looking a lot prettier for Liquid. No one in a position to get caught out. 3 on A. And NiP closing the gap. 50 seconds in they sneak.
Yeah, with Device gone, you've lost your knuckle dusters. You're bare knuckle boxing now, and the brawl comes up in favor of NAF. The bomb cut loose. Team Liquid, they can feel it. They can feel the energy. They might be about to lock in this map after all. Fallen with a missed shot. Hampus traded, thankfully, and it's left on to Plopski. Can he save the day for NiP again? It was him with that little defuse stick that made it happen to get them to 15 in the first place. But this is a very different round, very different nature. 1v3. This time he needs kills, and he's not gonna get them. Team Liquid, they take NiP's map pick, and they're hyped. We're hyped. You don't want to be anywhere else. There's still more CS to come.